I get where you're going, but the motive that drives your concern is fear, not love. Fear of what's going to happen to our good name. Fear of what people are going to think of us. Fear of what's going to happen to our organization. Fear-driven motives lead to authority and control. Love-driven motives are truth, presented in love, leaving people free, and in the end it will come out. Yeah.
So as organization grows, so we have a wonderful family here that grows and expands and all the rest. Let's just take this out exponentially. So now suddenly you have Common Reason that is, several 100,000 people globally with multiple small communities. You know how years ago in one of the staff schools, you'd had someone come up, shake your hand, that was a beautiful message, thank you so much, and then later you heard them shaking the hand of another person who spoke who had a completely different message that was the authoritarian system, and they said beautiful message, and that was one of the things that spurred on making clarity in Sabbath school. What do you do then organizationally whenever you have church in wherever that has grown up organically, that has the ministry, that has, but their perspective and what they are teaching is not congruent with what we've grown to know more about God's character and the way that He works? How organizationally then is that addressed?
So my view is really biblical. My view and the view of our board and the view of our organization is we present the truth in love, we leave people free. We're not, if some other group, some other part of the country or the world decides to get together and they love our message, but then they decide to, bring in chicken sacrifices each week to church, okay? We're not going to try to go over to them and try to tell them how they should do their business. We would, if they asked us to question about it, we would present the reasons why we don't think that's a healthy direction to go. But at the end of the day, every person must be fully persuaded in their own mind, and we would never use authoritarian measures to try and threaten or coerce or dictate whether they do things. We would only present truth and love, leave people free.
And still be able to use the Common Reason, we're Common Reason ministry, and so if someone goes there and experiences that, that's the impression they have of Common Reason?
So the Common Reason label is being used by lots of people that we've never authorized. It's already being done. People put it up all over the place. We never tell them. They don't check with us. When the disciples came to Christ and said, there are people preaching in your name that haven't been part of our group, and they're using the name of Christ, and they haven't been, we tried to silence them. What did Christ say?
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone. We leave them alone. When Paul said, hey, these people are preaching Christ for profit and for gain, did he try to silence them? He said, even so, at least the name of Christ is being preached. You see, I get where you're going, but the motive that drives your concern is fear, not love. Fear of what's going to happen to our good name. Fear of what people are going to think of us. Fear of what's going to happen to our organization. Fear-driven motives lead to authority and control. Love-driven motives are truth, presented in love, leaving people free, and in the end it will come out. Hey, these people are saying this, and you're, okay, but that's not what we teach. Here's our official site. Here's what we teach. We can't control what the rest of the world does, and we don't try to.
It's actually slightly different. It's love of the people in the other community and wanting to make sure that they are getting truth and that they are being able to go.
But that has nothing to do with them using our name or not.
That's the Holy Spirit's job.
That has nothing to do with them using our name. Love for them doesn't have anything to do with whether they're using our name and presenting it the way we would. Using our name has to do with our name. I get where you're going, but the motive that drives your concern is fear, not love. Fear of what's going to happen to our good name. Fear of what people are going to think of us. Fear of what's going to happen to our organization. Fear-driven motives lead to authority and control. Love-driven motives are truth, presented in love, leaving people free, and in the end it will come out.